All right, guys, so we've talked about the importance of defining your why and how critical that is to your business. We've also talked about setting goals and how that translates to achieving your why. And so now we're really kind of moving into the activity mode. And so one of your goals should be getting a list created of as many names as you can possibly get on that list. And you've got a ton of resources to do that. You've got your bazillion Facebook friends that you only probably know a third of, but that's okay. Put them down. You can go through your phone. Gosh, the people that you hang out with, kids that that you go to school with, and coaches and all that. But create that list of names. And then what we want to help you do is, especially in this critical phase of Yevo, this really infancy, pre-launch, you're wanting to talk to really the top 10 people that would be on that list in regards to influence and all this stuff. And we're going to give you kind of a fun exercise to do that, because here's the nightmare scenario. The nightmare scenario is to have that one person in your life that's been incredibly successful, a Jason Domingo, for example, and have him call you about Yevo because you were fearful or you just didn't prioritize it. And I'm here to tell you, it's happened to me once already. I'm not going to let it happen again. So I'm an example of that nightmare, scenario. So we want to help you prioritize so that you're talking to the right people first as we move through this critical phase. So here's the acronym. It's AEIO. I know you're thinking, where's the U? Well, it's you, right? You're the recipient of the success of this. But A stands for attitude, and these are attributes that we know apply really to people that are successful in this business. So what does A really translate to in regards to their list?
Well, we've been told over and over again that attitude is critical, right? Attitude, it's been said, determines altitude and how high you go in life and in your goals. And so attitude is extremely important. I mean, are you a glass half full guy or a glass half empty guy? And I don't want to hang out with people that look at things as pessimistically. People that think that, oh, I can't do that. I'm not good enough for this or that. I want to hang out with people. I want to work with people that say, that's a huge opportunity for me. I want to jump all over this. This is a way that I can change my life.
Yeah, I mean, and people that are fun, we get the chance to hang out and love working together. You get to choose who you work with here. So positive people that are driven. Look, I'll tell you this, highly successful people that have great attitudes, I have yet to have any of them that I've ever talked to look at me and go, oh, that's a pyramid scheme. That thing's a scam. Those people are people with crummy attitudes, not people that I'm going to put a star next to on my list. So when it comes to your list, all those people that fit in that category of a great attitude, one that's driven for success, go through that list and put a star next to every single name that fits a positive attitude, somebody that you want to work with. The E then stands for earnings. So how does earnings, when we talk about earnings, what does that mean? How does it translate to their list?
Well, I don't know anybody that's made a lot of money in business that doesn't want to make more money. And it may be that they don't need the money, but it's a measure of their value that they provided to the marketplace. And it's been said that there are three types of people that make things happen, people that watch things happen, and people that go, what the heck just happened? And I've never known somebody that makes a lot of money to be either the middle or the end of those three people. They're always people that make things happen. You want to obviously surround yourself with people that make things happen. Those are the people that you want to recruit into your business, particularly in the early stages of your organizational development. Find the people that make things happen. Typically, those are the people with high net worths.
Right. Yeah, and look, guys, this isn't a kind of a discriminatory thing in regards to people are lesser because they make less money. We're going to get into how that balances out here, but here's the deal. For me, I want to target people that have proven their success through the incomes that they earn. So my challenge to you is create a criteria. For me, when I was going through this exercise, anybody that was a high six-figure income yearly, so $150,000 and above $1,000 a year, to me, those individuals were high income earners. So the challenge then is to go back to your list and put a star next to every single person's name that fits into the criteria that you've defined under this heading of earnings, that has a high earning potential within what they're currently doing, because those are the people that are going to push hard to replace that or have shown that they have the skill sets to create that type of income. And again, we want to partner with those types of people. Okay, so that's the E. Put stars next to those individuals. The next one is I, stands for influence. So should be self-explanatory, but how does somebody's influence translate to their list?
Well, we all know people within our communities that have quite a following. It may be through a trust relationship that they built within their communities, or maybe they're that person with a high net worth that's created a very successful business. They have the trust of those people as well. But people with massive influence, again, have networks that are very, very large. They're very significant. They can reach a lot more people than, say, somebody that just keeps to themselves, right? So you want to obviously go to those folks that have a large influence.
Cool. Well, and influence really is leadership, right? I mean, John Maxwell says leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. So people don't have influence because they don't have credibility or they've treated people poorly. They have credibility and influence because people trust them. And so, we talked about earnings before. Look, a pastor or somebody that leads a charitable organization, they have massive influence. They might not be big income earners, so it balances that out. But we know influence is huge. I can guarantee you there are people in Jason's life, because of the influence that he has, that he literally could pick up the phone, go, I'm doing this deal, you got to do it with me, and they'd say, here's my credit card number, or here's what I got to do, I'm in no matter what. That's influence, and those are the people that we want to identify on that list again and put a star next to their name that would fall within that category of influence. The last one then is occupational skill. And there are specific skill sets in occupations that really apply well in regards to what we do in network marketing. So how does that translate to people's list?
Well, I hate to speak in generalizations, but what's interesting is most network marketers, when they first get into the business, they go after salespeople because they think, salespeople are that's what they do. And whereas that's true, again, there's exceptions to every rule. Salespeople, I have found, are the hardest people to get into network marketing because they've developed a certain behavior that doesn't really translate very well to network marketing. Is there selling involved in network marketing? Absolutely. But there's selling involved in everything. The difference between network marketing and sales is typically sales is one and done, right? You don't have these long-term relationships with salespeople and their clients. It's one and done. And they're constantly looking for somebody else to enroll. And so to get them to stick with those people and to mentor those people is really it's kind of a foreign concept to them. People that make, again, statistically, traditionally, and there's exceptions to every rule, but the people that have made the best network marketers, educators, teachers, because by virtue of their profession, their vocation, that's what they do. They teach. They teach. They take people and they transfer concepts and they transfer belief from themselves into their students. And so teachers, again, by and large, historically, statistically, in my businesses, teachers have always made the best network marketers.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. I think people skills and people that are nurturers and educators, that are good communicators, I think those are skill sets, occupational skills that apply very well. So again, back to our list, go through your list and put a star down next to every single person's name that you fall within that criteria of occupational skill. And again, this is one that balances out the earnings, right? Because teachers probably, right or wrong, they probably should be some of the highest income earners in career path, but they aren't. And so they may not fit in the earnings, but they do in the occupational skills. So that's a great exercise. And I want to make something really cool. We teach, do not discriminate. You said it earlier. And don't prejudge people, but this is a way you're going to look through your list now and you're going to have those individuals that have 4 stars next to your name. Those are your first group of people that you go target right now. Then you go to your 3s, then to your 2s and your 1s, and you hit everybody else. And that, I think, is a good method of really making sure that we're prioritizing who we're talking to, and again, not falling into that nightmare scenario of having one of those people that's a 4-star person call you and tell you about Yevo. So hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully you can pass that on to some of your team members. We'll see you on the next video.